All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm ScrapMan, bringing you another episode of Scrap Mechanic, and today we are going to be trying to make fireworks by very popular request on the first couple of bomb videos that we recorded. Overwhelmingly, you guys are like, I should make fireworks. So we're going to experiment. We're going to see what is kind of like the best formula for fireworks here, because when we explode blocks, they turn into flaming blocks that fly through the air. So now there's two different canisters that we can choose from here. Let's give ourselves a nice platform to work from here, because this ground is not very suitable. So we got two different canisters, and when these canisters explode with blocks on them, obviously they make the blocks go flying everywhere in fiery goodness, and that just creates some cool fireworky effects. I don't know if that's gonna hit that. It did. All right, so yeah, you can see like those blocks are gonna make great fireworks. Oh no, it didn't hit it. So I'm curious, is there much of a difference between how the two of them actually like fire blocks out? I don't really know. All right, so that's interesting that only 2 blocks came out of that, when I actually put 4 blocks on top of it. So can I explode these on a lift? All right, well, that makes testing a little bit easier. So let's do some experiments where I would like to use the big ones. However, I want to do it vanilla. And the problem with the big ones is they aren't even. They're an odd measurement on most of the sides. Every side but the vertical, I think, is even, but it won't let me center it. So I don't think that these are going to be ideal for fireworks, because for vanilla fireworks at least. And I would like to do vanilla fireworks. However, this is the perfect shape. It's 2x2, which is exactly what the thruster is. So we could do it this way, and maybe even we could stack 2 of them. We could have a double like this, and then just put that on top. So that's another option as well. But I want to see is... Whoa, there goes the thruster. But I want to see, is there a major difference in how these different canisters actually send blocks as firework-style projectiles? So here's a 3x3 block on top of this. Let's see what it looks like from a distance. 1, 2... Oh. Okay, that looked pretty cool. Now let's see if I do a 3x3 block on top of this. Does it look any different? There it goes. All right, honestly, I think the effect is pretty much the same. The only difference with that is that it wasn't a centered explosion, which is just because of the size. So I think we might be able to, do this. So I'm wondering, like, if I just surround it with like 1 layer, or is like 2 layers gonna give us more? Let's just do some testing on what kind of fireworks we should make. What's gonna give us the most bang for our buck, in other words? Oh, I can't really shoot it from there, can I? Well, let's just put a hole in there and do this. Oh, that's beautiful already. And we could probably just put a couple extra layers like on top of it. So we can just give it like an extra nose like this, which will probably give some more blocks on the front, on the top of the firework, which might be good. So let's just see if this is noticeably different. All right, here it goes. Okay, I would say that seems like a lot more. So I think that's gonna be our method, and then we're just gonna attach thrusters to it, and then we gotta set up some like timer, maybe even some logic. Oh, we also have to put these on it to make it explode. So it's gonna be somewhat of a long firework now that I think about it. Here, let's build it from the ground up on all the essential parts that we're gonna need. And then once we have a successful firework, what we'll do is we'll make a little mini fireworks show. We can set a whole bunch of them, set the trigger on like a whole timer sequence, and just have like a couple go up here and there, and then have a big finale where a bunch of them go up and hope we don't lag out the game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I have a prototype firework here, and as I was saving this, I realized I've already made a firework before, but it was before the explosives, and I think I might have actually made it during a speed build. So this is a messy firework, and this was my attempt at making something that could just send particles flying everywhere like a firework. So the way that this works, if you guys didn't see this episode, is you actually have to... Oh, I already ruined it. Well, we're just gonna keep it like that, but you have to cut out all these individual particles. Why are they all falling over? That never used to happen. That is so weird. This should be perfectly flat. But anyway, then you just press the button. It goes up, And then after a while, it spins. Oh, we gotta catch it. We gotta catch it. Ugh. All right, good thing we caught it. Yeah, then it just sends the particles flying everywhere, and it makes like a total mess. So now we have all these particles just all over our world. Let's see if we can blow some of these ones up. And get rid of them. There we go. That's a nice way to get rid of some particles, isn't it? So yeah, that was the pre-explosives version of a firework for me, at least. So let's see how this one operates now. I'm actually just putting explosives down to mark all of my debris so I can just shoot it from a distance and get rid of it all. It probably would have just been easier just to delete it as I came up to it. But you know what? This is going to be more fun, though. All right, now it's time to play a game of where did I put the explosives? All right, I think that's everything. I think we did a nice job of cleaning up. All right, so now it's time for this thing right here. I'm gonna create a launch platform, I guess, and we're just gonna hope I hooked everything up correctly. It should, actually, I don't even know if this is gonna be strong enough yet. We might have to increase the thruster power. What should happen is I should press the button, it should fly up into the air, and then 4 seconds later, these spud guns will explode the explosive barrels. And I don't know what the range of the barrels is going to be like. I have a decent amount in front of them here. You can't really see where they are inside there. But hopefully it explodes everything and there's no pieces left over. The thruster might survive. That's kind of far away, isn't it? I don't know. We'll have to find out. That's what the test is for. All right, so I hope I hooked everything up right. We're just going to press the button and see what happens. Oh, no. Well, it looks like it'll make a good firework once we actually get the thruster to be at the right strength. All right, so I'm just gonna put it on max power because why not? Okay, here we go. Prototype firework, take 2, and launch. Oh, that's not straight at all. What? I didn't see any particles, and most of it survived. That's weird. The first time, the whole thing exploded, and now, like, everything survived. What is the deal with that? We might have to use the wings mod for this, to be honest, just for the sake of making it fly straight. Let's just try again and see what... I'm going to turn the thruster down a little bit and see what happens. Okay, yeah, this is definitely not stable. Definitely not stable. Okay, and now the top isn't exploding and pieces aren't flying everywhere. Okay, adjustments have been made, and to ensure that it was pretty much symmetrical weight-wise, I actually put switches all the way around and set the trigger to an OR gate, so no matter what button you press, or what switch you press, it's gonna launch. And you can see I just put a bunch of airfoils around the base. It actually looks like a rocket now. Like, it looks pretty much just like a rocket. So now I'm hoping that it'll launch up into the air, and then everything will explode. Let's find out. Here we go. That switch is not connected to anything, really? What? I could have sworn I connected all of the... Was I connected to everything except these two? Oh no, there it goes. Come back. I need to stay. Wait, why is it not flying straight? This is weird. All right, so that was 1 below max speed. Let's see if max speed changes any. Okay, that's... Okay. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like this should be working better than it is. You know what? I got an idea. Let's put some angled foils on it to give it some rotation, and maybe that'll even out any tilting that it has to kind of zero into just going straight up. I don't know how legitimate of an effect this is gonna have, but I hope this works. I'm just gonna put them at the top, and we're gonna see if this actually changes anything. We're just gonna do a test. I'm not even gonna save this yet. I just want to see what this does. All right, it spins. It's a little bit late to spin it. Oh, this is interesting. This is not exactly the way I was expecting it to behave. I thought this was going to be a lot simpler than it apparently is. All right, I'm going to do 1 below max again. We're going to try the spinning method again. We're going to use a bigger angle on the airfoils. All right, let's see if this goes any better. Why does it tilt? Oh, that looks so beautiful. All right, well, the firework effect looks great. It's just, we don't have any consistency in the takeoff. All right, I'm gonna do a strange experiment here. Oh, this is one of the extra pieces. I'm gonna do a strange experiment here, and I'm putting the angled airfoils at the base, and I'm putting a lot of them, hoping that the spinning effect will happen quicker. I don't know what to expect, but let's just see. Okay. Oh, yes, like, that part is perfect. The explosion at that speed seems perfect, except for the fact that all of our airfoils that we added get littered all over the ground. This world is gonna get laggy soon. All right, so this is something that will at least give us an explosion that is somewhat satisfactory. It's just, it is not reliable at all on where it's gonna explode or what angle it's gonna go in. And it leaves a lot of debris behind. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna try next, I'm actually gonna try a version with the big bombs, the big explosive canisters, but I'm gonna use multiple of them to actually make it even. Because if you put odd and odd together, you then get even. So then what we could do is we could put thrusters like this, and we could just have a much bigger firework, pretty much. And I'm wondering if it'll also be more stable, since the thrust is going to be more spread out rather than focused on a single point, which is going to be much less stable. So let's try this. And this can possibly make it much more compact too, because we could add a bunch of stuff in here rather than having to tail it all down, just making it more and more difficult. But this is going to be big. That's the problem, is this is going to be really big. All right, so here's the prototype big one. Now I don't know what to set the thrusters at because we have 4 of them now, and I'm thinking it should work pretty much the same way. It'll go up, and then after 3 seconds, it'll trigger the spud guns, but the spud guns are gonna trigger the sizzling effect rather than the immediate explosion on all 4 of them. That way they're all gonna explode at the same time, rather than one of them causing a chain reaction to the other ones, probably creating some inconsistencies in the firework effect. Now, I'm hoping that this is going to get rid of all the debris since we're using the big ones, but let's find out. Here we go. I missed the button. Launch. Oh, that is not very high, but it is straight. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Were those fake pieces? I thought those were all, like, undestroyed debris pieces. That actually looks like it may have exploded everything. Okay, we definitely have to try that again. But first, let's get rid of some of our debris here. All right, that felt really good. It actually went a decent height, too. Let's do it again. Let's see it. Are we satisfied with that height? I feel like a little bit high. Wow. I feel like all of that should be on fire, and then this thing would be perfect. But it looks like the explosives only do a limited amount of flaming particles, which is unfortunate. So let's just mess around with it. I put the thrusters up by 1. Let's see if it going any higher is worse or better. That's a lot higher. Okay, so it seems like there is a render distance on flaming particles, because that just exploded everything, and we don't see any of it at all. However, I feel like we need like a happy medium between that height and the original height. So I'm just going to take 2 of the thrusters on opposite sides and raise them by 1. And now let's see if this height feels any better. It doesn't. Yeah, we don't get the same effect there either. So we might actually be at the perfect height, or at the perfect strength with this. And it goes really straight. And it gives us a pretty good firework effect. I just wish that, I wish more of the firework effect went up instead of coming back down at us, which is kind of weird. So this is actually making me wonder. What? We got 2 fiery particles out of all that? That's not right. What happens when we fire like 2 of them, one after another? Here, let's try this. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, no. We might not be able to have an actual fireworks show because of the render limit on the flaming particles. But you know what? There might be an issue. We have a lot of debris in this world. Let me load up a brand new clean world and see if that gives us more fire particles. I don't know why that would work, but it's just something that I want to try. All right, we're in a brand new world with a brand new firework, and let's see if we get any more particles in this world. Oh, that went way off course. That actually did look a lot better. Now let's try 2 of them and see if we can have 2 explosions very close to each other, and if that gets rid of some of the explosive particles, or can we see them on both? All right, here they go. Why are they going in opposite directions? That's so weird. Oh, man. I feel like we have what we need. Like, it has all the particles it needs to explode to create the firework, and it does it sometimes. But I don't think the game is gonna let us do it exactly the way we want to do it, where we just want to have particles flying everywhere. Even though they're not, like, real particles, I don't think, I don't think they actually have real physics that interacts with anything other than, like, bouncing off the ground. But I wish that we could just have a whole bunch of them everywhere. That was beautiful, but then look at all the potential. Look at all that potential of flaming goodness. But you know what? Just for fun, I'm just gonna put a bunch up into the air and just see how that works. All right, here they go. They totally exploded each other. But as you can see, the first one had a great visual. The second one, I don't really think had much. And then the last 2 had, like, nothing. So unless something changes with this update, I don't know if we can have a legitimate automatic fireworks show without the first firework being the most amazing thing ever, and then everyone afterwards just looking like nothing. So it looks like 1 at a time is what we got. But I'd say that the singular firework effect is like, that's successful. That looks like a firework to me. One that's really, really dangerous to be close by. Like, it's sending thrusters flying at your face. But since this is what the game's allowing us, this is the limit that it's putting on us, let's just have fun with this one. And the way I'm gonna do that is, I'm gonna go ahead and put a seat on top of it. First, we're gonna start with like a normal seat, or like a toilet. And then we're gonna put a bathtub on top of it and like see how far it sends us. Oh no, the toilet seat isn't a good size. This seat is a good size. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and hit the button and get up in the seat real quick. All right, button seat. All right, here we go. Oh, that is, we're not going very high. That was great. That was actually, this sent us flying so high. Okay, we're gonna need to put some stronger thrusters on that. All right, everything up by 1 for sure. All right, let's try this again. Hopefully we're gonna go a little bit higher. There we go. All right, and oh, it sends us flying so much. That's awesome. All right, I can't wait for the bathtub. Bathtubs are indestructible, so that's gonna send us flying without falling out of the seat, which will be kind of fun. All right, I don't know if this bathtub is even or odd. It looks like it might actually be even, but how's that weight distributed? It looks good. It looks like it's centered. We can center the bathtub, so that's great. All right, here we go. Launch the, oh, I forgot to put it on. Oh, I forgot to put the thrusters up. We're not going to be exploding very high off the ground. Oh, well, at least we can stay clean while we're blowing ourselves up into the air. Because if there's any... Whoa, look at all the particles underground. But if there's any priority when you're going to ride a firework, it is make sure that you're clean when you're doing it. All right, but you know what? We have to go. We can't just let this go without maxing out all of our power. You know, actually, it's going to be really... Oh, no, we can just get into the bathtub. We can hook up one of these switches to the bathtub. There we go. And now we're just going to press the switch and launch. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, no, it's going to shoot us into the ground. Where's the... Look at the firework. Oh, I really wish this could have worked how we originally wanted it to, but hey, this is still fun, isn't it? Whoa, a piece just appeared right in front of us. That's interesting. All right, I have another idea. Let's put a car on top of the firework and let's see what happens with that. See, this is what happens, Scrap Mechanic, when you don't make things work the way that we hope they're gonna work. It leaves us with no other option than to just do absolutely ridiculous things to entertain ourselves, which I guess isn't a terrible thing. At least we have other options, right? But yeah, I'm gonna put these on max again, and we're gonna strap hopefully not too heavyweight car to the top of this, and that's gonna hopefully do something interesting. What kind of cars do I have on the lift? You know what? What deserves to be exploded more than a car made out of scrap? This is the junkyard car from the Junkyard Multiplayer Monday, where we had to assemble a car from a bunch of random scrap pieces. If you guys haven't seen that episode, you guys are gonna want to see that. So go ahead and just type in Junkyard Race. You'll probably find me or Khan's video on that. Yeah, like look at how many like random pieces are all over this thing. Now this might be a little bit too heavy. I don't know what to expect, to be honest. But we're gonna see if we can actually weld this thing somewhere onto the top of the rocket. All right, there we go. I hope that's centered enough. I really don't think this is gonna take off at all. Let's go ahead and hook it up to the seat and hope something happens. If not, we're just gonna explode here on the ground. All right, here we go. And launch. Oh, no. Oh, no. What have we done? Ah. Well, this is all that's left. It actually, to be honest, even though half the car's that gone, it doesn't look much worse. Does not look much worse. Well, we might as well go ahead and finish the job here. Put this Frankenstein out of a car out of its misery. There we go. You know what? Let's just get rid of all of our evidence that we were doing any suspicious, strange experiments over here. There we go. And just for good measure, let's send one more firework up into the air. Actually, let's send all of our different variations of fireworks up into the air, just so we can have somewhat of a comparison in between them all. They're totally gonna hit each other. They're not even gonna be taken off straight at all. I don't even have them on flat ground anymore. All right, well, let me know if you have any tips on how I could have done this better. I can't really think of a way to get around the particle rendering limits, but we're gonna launch all three of these up in the air for the end of the episode. Let me know what your favorite part was. Let me know what you do want to see next with the explosives. Obviously, a lot of you asked for fireworks, and you got what I could do with fireworks, at least. I know that we both wanted more, but we're gonna have to see if they improve some of the game before we do that. Well, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the future episodes. This has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, yes. Oh, we need more particles, though.